Hi, I'm here with Tim, and Tim and I were just down here discussing our past experiences, how we grew up, and Tim grew up on assistance. Tim, what was it like as a child growing up on assistance?
Well, it certainly wasn't easy. I was raised by a single mother on the system, and I have a brother, and there were times where we had maybe 1 or 2 weeks a month where we did not have enough to eat. And that really wore on my mother's conscience, I could tell. And she has mental and physical health issues, and growing up in poverty, or raising us in poverty, just exacerbated her system, or what she was going through. And yeah, it just wasn't a very good experience at all.
So, Tim, one of the recent accomplishments for you is the child clawback. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I actually didn't know that the child support clawback even existed until about 2 or 3 years ago. And for those who don't know, it was a 100% child support clawback for any parent raising children while on the system, while on welfare. And then that made me think back to my own childhood and how even if my father was around and wanted to pay child support, and I thought about my own mental and physical health issues that some still exist to this day. Even if my father was around when I was a kid and wanted to pay child support, it would not have made 1 ounce of difference to my life. And that's partially the reason why I realized that the child support clawback had to end, because if a child is in poverty, that's a hell of a thing to overcome. And it's called, I hate to be that guy, but it's called child support, not government support.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Now, did you hear tell? So I know you won. We all won the child back. And actually, I want to explain it because not everyone really understands this. So before the government, if you were on social assistance and you received any type of child support, the government took the whole 100%. You didn't actually get to keep it, so there was no extra money in your pocket if you were on social assistance. The government kept 100% of it. So Tim fought really hard with others as well, and they won that, so the government has now stopped that. But with housing, they actually calculate that as income, and it's then calculated into your rent. So with housing, they are still paying their child support in their rent. So I personally would like to see that happen. So hopefully maybe that's something we can work on down the road. If any individual out there now is suffering or need help, they want to talk to somebody, is there any advice, any groups, any organizations, anything like that you would recommend them looking up and going to a meeting?
Bragg, we meet the second Tuesday of every month at Dow Legal Aid on Godwin Street. I'm a part of that group. You're a part of that group. Acorn does wonderful things. I don't know how often they meet, but they're a wonderful group. And it can be very frightening to get out and fight back and just get out there and talk about what's going on in your life. But you really do meet some wonderful people doing the stuff that we do, and you can make yourself a wonderful support system.
Okay. I want to thank you, Tim, for coming out and chatting with me. I really appreciate that. And again, subscribe below. Follow our journey. We're going to have lots of stories over the next couple of days. Hopefully Tim might be back around again, or if not, maybe in a couple of days' time, or next week we can maybe go into more issues and talk about more things.
Oh, and there's my Week on Welfare screening on October 30th at the Sackville Public Library. It's open to the public. Come on out.
That's an amazing screening, actually, guys. That's an amazing documentary, My Week on Welfare. Again, what did you say it was?
October 30th at the Sackville Public Library, starting at 6:30 p.m.
Perfect. Okay. Bye for now.